Today we are gonna talk about the latest AI filmmaking tool that just came out. It's called DreamMachine by LumaAI and is a video image generator like Sora or Klinge. And the first published videos that we saw already from people who posted it on the internet are really crazy and good in terms of quality and character consistency, and as well in camera movements. And the really special thing about it is that you can already use it and try it out for free. So is this actually the AI filmmaking tool we have all been waiting for? DreamMachine is a video generator that can generate videos in a length of 120 frames in a matter of time of 120 seconds. It generates up to 5-second shots and has a resolution of 720 pixels at the moment. It does both actually, text to video, and the really cool thing is also image to video. So you can, for example, upload your prompted images from Midjourney or Runway and use it actually then in DreamMachine. DreamMachine stands out in terms of really smooth camera motions and movements. It holds up way better there than Runway, for example, or Pika, who's showing like issues in frame blending or in terms of character consistency. DreamMachine definitely stands out here in this term of quality. Talking of character consistency, it understands, for example, how people, animals, etc. interact in a 3D real world. So it understands the physics actually, how people are moving and how the weighting is when animals or people move in the real world and interact with each other. To notice here that you can directly jump in on their website actually, create an account and then start trying yourself. You can have up to 30 free generations until you have to pay something, and you can then use it for yourself. It has watermarks at the moment. I hear it even in the paid version at the moment, which is of course a big minus, but for testing out I think it's really fun, and to create maybe your own short with it for testing purposes with your nice generated images from Midjourney, for example. To notice as well that DreamMachine is not just possible to create one style, you can feed it any style. It could be anime, it could be also cartoon or photorealism to use, so it can differentiate in different styles and keep a consistent lighting throughout it. So when testing out myself, I first started with a very basic prompt because I wanted to first try out how a prompt would work when you don't use any image or something, or just prompt it in LumaAI basically. So I went ahead and tried to prompt it like a child riding a bike in the forest. And we actually see the results. So I think the forest works great, but as soon as we look at the child, we obviously see the flaws that we have right now in the image generator in Luma. So we see that the bike is kind of disappearing, the legs are also not working that well, and it's not blending that nicely. So we basically see that we have here some huge character issues at the moment in time. So this is for sure something to know, that it's not working that well at the moment. Also did another test which was quite funny, because here I wanted to have a low angle shot of a majestic ice bear rolling through a snowy landscape, leaving paw prints on the white blanket, and what we got is not an ice bear, it's a brown bear. And yeah, we have the winter landscape, but we also see that the character here has a huge problem, like this is looking super weird when it's generated, and has definitely room to improve, I think. Next then I went ahead and tried with an image from Midjourney and then prompted it, and I have to say this worked much better already, at least. So I can definitely recommend to use rather the image to video function in the moment when you try it out, and not the just prompting from scratch. So here, for example, we see I prompted an image in Midjourney first, which was my base, which is just the girl standing in the forest and looks at the light. We see here that it's better in terms of how the character is moving. It's very subtle, but the lights and something are like glowing, which is nice, I think. But for example here I said the camera is then panning up into the sky, and as you see there's no movement at all from the camera. So this is also at the moment quite random what it's doing, at least from my experience. I had here also this Kraken shot I did, which worked better, I think, but it's still, yeah, has issues with the blending itself. Like I said here, drone shots, cinematic huge octopus swimming on top of the ocean and huge waves and stuff. So I think it's definitely something and very interesting, but you see here that it's yeah, losing the edges and gets really blurred and smooth. So not exactly what I wanted, but it's interesting to see for sure. I also then tried out a establishing shot, which worked in, I think, much better. This was my most successful one I tried so far. So we see here that we have a very nice camera motion when it's going through, and it's also keeping the lighting consistent and stuff. And we also see here that I have a more defined prompt, I would say, and this is also a key thing that we have to use in Luma to get nice results. So because what I experienced so far and also read on the internet is that use the video function, which is important. So you just go here on the left, click, and then you can choose or upload the image that you want to have, and then type in the prompt that you want to have. Here it's important. I can also show you an example from a guy who shared it on Twitter. So yeah, here we can see Dave Clark shared this, which is really nice. He described like he is doing it already and he's getting really great results with Luma in the moment. So what he basically said is that you're using more like cinematographic language than just describing a simple scene. So here, for example, he is not just saying like a black man surrounded by his friends and looking at the street or something in fear. He's really describing it like what the camera angle is, what film lens he's using, what color grade. For example, he's saying here Rec 7090 color grade, and that it's shot on a 35mm ARRI prime lens, so that Luma actually knows what to do. And yeah, he got quite a nice result with it, what you can actually see here. So definitely keep that in mind when you're prompting in the moment, and always make sure that you leave the enhanced prompt on for now, because it seems to improve the prompt for sure rather than when you have it turned off. So my personal critique moments, what you need to consider, but what could get better in the future hopefully, is that the image to video seems, as mentioned, to work a lot better than the text to video function that we have in Luma, so keep that in mind. We have unfortunately little to no control over the movement, so we're missing like motion brushes, for example, which we have in Runway. The camera, for example, is just going more or less randomly, and we have to see and have a bit of luck there what we get in the end. So this is hard to adjust, and it would be cool to have that in the future, that you have it more adjustable, but right now it's more of a guessing game, I would say. And as well, as I described already with the cinematic, that you need very specific prompts to get a good result, because right now when you just type in basic prompts, as I showed you already, it's not giving the required quality or result that we see in the examples. So we have to test a lot to really have the result where we are happy with, and yeah, try to use that cinematic language for sure. And just a personal take from my side, maybe I could be wrong here, but for me and my personal experience, it seems to work out better with environment shots or overall shots than with character shots, because for character shots in movies we need really to have the consistency, and are really picky about that everything is working, and when we have issues like that, it's hard to really make it believable. So I think environment shots or establishing shots could work quite well, but for character it maybe needs another one or very specific prompting to get to the result. So I'm really excited what you're coming up with. What are your thoughts about it? Do you think it's the next revolutionary tool besides Sora when it comes out at some point, or could be even better than Sora? Let me know down in the comments what your thoughts are on it. If you had better experience already with your prompting techniques, or if it was the same for you, that it was at first glance maybe a bit disappointing, but it could get better with the time, with better prompting. And yeah, make sure that you just subscribe to the channel like always, that you share this video with your friends if you're interested, and yeah, see you on the next one, and stay tuned.